Hey Pisces star seeds, it's Sweet Spirit Mystic. Thank you for tuning in. All right, let's see what the messages are. Burn a little bit of this sage. Everyone, I hope you are resting well, hydrating, electrolyte hydrating. Think of it as a pinch of salt, little lemon. Because if it's too plain water, we get diluted. Okay. Here we go. And there goes my voice. Here, we'll start here. Get some oracle or keyword messages out. The end of this year of the snake. We're approaching the Lunar New Year. Actually, let me look up what that date is. I know it changes because the moon, it's based on that. Okay. It starts February 17th, so right before Pisces season starts. The end of the celebrations ends March 3rd. Is that Justin Bieber's birthday? Okay. It's a 2-week celebration, but the actual Lunar New Year falls on Tuesday, February 17th, and marks the start of the year of the fire horse, which hasn't happened in, I think it's 60 years. Recent upcoming year of the horse. Okay. Let me ask, when was the last fire horse year? (1966), so 60 years. And before that was 1906. Okay. And the symbolism behind that, we need to know this right now because we're preparing for it. It's not like, oh, okay, it's here, now what do I do? There's a preparation. Okay, so the horse signifies movement, freedom, and boldness. Fire, intensity, passion, speed. The high expressions of this: courageous, independent, unstoppable. Visionary, acts when others hesitate. Charismatic leadership, creative breakthroughs, plus fast progress. So it's being ready. So from now until February 17th, we're preparing. The shadow, okay, so there's the light side and a shadow side. So the shadow, restless, impatient, impulsive, burnout from overcommitting, conflicts from pushing too hard, sudden quits, drastic changes. Fire horse years in Asian traditions are known for big swings, fast rises, fast collapses, because the horse and fire accelerates everything. Expect rapid shifts in direction, pressure to act now, immediately if not sooner, breaking of old systems, travel, relocation, career pivots, relationships tested by freedom versus commitment. It's powerful, but not gentle, okay? So avoid making life-changing decisions on impulse. We'll want to do that, but it's important to like hold those reins back, right? Over-promising, jumping projects midstream, skipping rest, arguments fueled by pride or ego. So it's paying attention to who's around us that operate like that now, because there will be shifts in relationships there will be shifts in relationship patterns away from that. So if there's people that operate in the shadow side, you're going to see all that now. Okay. That way you know, oh, yeah, you're not going to be in my life. This situation isn't right for me. So look for those shadow aspects within yourself too. I know we all want to be real good Pisces, but we attract those in by being that way, or avoiding being that way. Okay, so we have truth here. Find your truth from now until then. February 17th. What's the date today? We're the 6th. Yeah, so a month and 10 days, 11 days. Okay, we've got focus. Remember, your thoughts are powerful, so focus on what you do want. Everything else will fall away automatically. Okay, we have sweetness. Definitely be good to yourself. You are the number one priority, Pisces. Explore and be open. So now's a good time. You know, you're resting, you're caring for yourself, even trying things out that are different from your normal. Testing grounds. Okay, let's see. 3 of Cups. Do things with like-minded, like-hearted individuals where you can just let your guard down. Like your shoulders aren't up in your ears. You can just be yourself. They're not doing anything that wrecks your nervous system. And if you don't have people like that in your life, guess what? You hang out by yourself. Go to new places. See who you can meet. I don't know if it's in all the cities, but Time Left is an app where you go to dinner with different strangers. I think there's meetup groups that do that too, but this is pretty specific. They match people with your compatibility, astrologically, socially, all that. And yeah. It's time for new energy. We have the 7 of Wands, Page of Swords. There are a lot of people curious about you, what you've been doing. Queen of Swords, 2 of Wands. You're definitely making big changes. Heads on spikes. Okay. Those that are unworthy, they are left behind in a major way, where they're thinking about you. What happened to Pisces? 10 of Pentacles, Page of Wands. So you're heading towards a very abundant future. You're not waiting any longer. If you think of this Page of Wands, it's a young fire energy, very much fire horse. Unbridled. High Priestess, you already know this. It's coming. So this is where you prepare for that type of energy, that type of person to come into your life. It's making room for that. Okay, we have Justice. And there you are, Page of Cups. So this is long overdue karma, and not in a negative way. It's like, okay, Pisces deserves all of this. Queen of Cups, you definitely protect your own energy. I know it's hard. We want to be open. But this is like, no, unless you are tested, these other people, battle tested, okay, they don't get in here. They don't. Wheel of Fortune. 8 of Cups, yeah, time to move away, move on from things that just don't fulfill you emotionally. You might have everything else you want, but emotionally you're starved. So that's where you take all that emotional energy you've been giving and you protect it and you go somewhere else with it. All those other things, oh, that's fine. But you don't invest your emotional energy into situations or people that cannot give it. 11:11. You just stop. Oh, okay, you can't meet me there then. Oh, but Pisces, no, I want, no. So you're going to feel that kind of grasping where when you start to pull back, you'll see others try to give, but what have they been doing this whole time? Nothing. So they're going to have to give a lot more in order for you to turn your head. Like they'll have to overgive like you've been overgiving for you to turn your head. So it's where you do nothing. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles, because it has been depleting you. And they're not going to feel great about it, but you know what? What do they expect? Okay, we've got the 5 of Swords, Knight of Wands. So this very immature, I'm just going to take what I want from Pisces energy. They're going to feel all of this. The emotional withdrawal. Like an addiction, really. They're going to feel left out in the cold. They're going to feel all the frustration and anger that you've been feeling. Because of their inconsistency. All right, so we have the moon and the star. So this is your energy. You're doing all this internal healing. You've been doing it. And that's why your energy feels so good to those that are avoidance. Those that like to take but don't give. People don't change. And remember, they might do some good for a little bit, but they'll always default back. And at this time in your life, Pisces, you don't want that in and out kind of energy. You want consistent. All right, so anything that is emotionally heavy or draining, you don't subscribe to that. Anyone that wants to emotionally control you, you don't allow it. Four of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. So it's those relationships where you've been doing all of the emotional heavy lifting and they've trapped you in some way because of that. You're out of that. So even if you are still with this person, 1414, they don't get that emotional currency from you. It's almost transactional. And it'll feel weird at first, and you'll see them try to grasp and get emotion out of you, either by causing drama or love bombing, like, oh, I love you. And I'm like, where was that for all these years? But you're not fazed by it. You're like, oh, I see how it is. So it's like you're seeing someone else's pattern because you've seen your own. You're like, yeah, I kind of allow this to happen. And it's because of, you know, how we're raised, right? But once you see it, that's when you can break that pattern and create a new pattern. You're like, okay, if you can only give me this much, then guess what? I'm going to give you that much. Instead of that, it's like, oh, even a little bit less. Because you're breaking your pattern and they're having to break theirs. I know. My mother used to say something like, make sure who you love loves you a little bit more. And it makes sense now. Because as a Pisces, we want to give. We want to love bomb. But it's love bombing forever. It's not just in the beginning. We want to do it forever. And someone else will reap that benefit. So it's important, okay, yeah, you love someone, but they need to love you just a bit more so that they're giving more than you give, which almost seems impossible. But if the relationship is that way, you will be so happy. And when you're happy, everyone around you is happy exponentially, because it's this energy that you exude. So it's like you keep your emotional depth, your emotional reservoir for yourself. And if other people want to partake in that, they have to give to you exponentially. And it has to feel really good. Empress, right? Receiving. Whether you're masculine or feminine, Pisces, it doesn't matter. You need to be given to. You need to receive. You need to enjoy. Because even when you give what you would imagine is a tiny bit, it's like the whole ocean. The whole ocean of emotion and love and caring. You give in just your little tiny finger, right? That little bit. It's more than anyone's ever felt in their whole life because you care that much, Pisces. So friendly reminders, we're all breaking habits here. We're holding back. Okay, so if you want to give, if you want to call someone, you want to text someone, you want to ask someone how they're doing, ask yourself. Go do something nice for yourself. Go get an ice cream. Walk around. Go to a concert. Go to a movie. Something for you. And then pay attention to who notices you. Okay. What else, Pisces? Make sure you're eating regularly if you do feel lightheaded. Just make sure you're having some snacks. It's easy to forget. Because think about it, when you go to these like depleted states where either you're dehydrated, haven't eaten enough, nourished enough, that's when all of your scary things come up. And then we start grasping at who's around us. So it's really about taking care of ourselves first, because then we'll need less input from others because we're feeling good. Okay, we're not going to like, oh, I feel bad, let me reach out to all these other bad, negative energy types of people. Yeah, those days are over. You know, so if you have any addictive tendencies, I feel like you've dealt with that already. So the last phase are these emotionally draining people. Like really look after your body, your mental health. Take some classes. You know, if you feel like it, go get yoga teacher certified training just for yourself, not to teach, but just to learn. Or jujitsu, join a dojo. Like, learn about how qigong, even how in these older traditions they put body and mind emotions together. It's not just fighting to fight, or it's not just flowing to avoid. It's learning about yourself. So all of these old practices of martial arts, even if it's just breathing, learn how to breathe, control your breath. If you're a diver, how long can you hold your breath? Because there's all these exercises you have to do to increase that lung capacity. Like you hear about, I don't know, is it Tom Cruise or Kate Winslet? They held their breath for like 7 minutes. There's no way, right? No way. But you can train yourself. So find something to train yourself that requires focus. And that focus on you. Ooh, that's really sore. Wow. But even if it's just breathing techniques, holding the plank for a minute every day, because that's your own energy recirculating within yourself. It's not going outward. It's not having to prove anything. It's for you. Oh, ow. Oh my gosh. What is that? I wonder what that point is in traditional Chinese medicine, because it's so sore. Okay, Pisces. I'm really proud of you, because I know this is not easy, because I'm also going through this. That's why we're here together, because in our very intimate collective, we've all experienced versions of this. So it's where we don't worry about others. We put ourselves first. 2222. All right. February 22nd, Pisces. Yeah. Doing the right thing at the right time in the right place. And that's an 8. 2222. Yeah, that's an 8. So that really goes back to stability, creation of the infinite. You know, the 8 is the infinity sign. So it's energy that will continue to perpetuate if we allow it. So focus on that new habits you want to create, because once that fire horse Lunar New Year hits, it's going to be completely different, and you need to be ready for it. Okay. Truth, focus, sweetness. Dream big. Was there others? What was this? Open to yourself, not to everyone, just to yourself. Explore. So let your heart guide you, because there's places that you have a longing to go towards that are waiting for you. Because there's going to be the right kind of like-minded, like-hearted individuals there. All right, Pisces, I love you. We'll see you soon.